What if one of Britain's earliest politicians of African descent served as both a Member of Parliament and the Lord Mayor of London? Over 250 years ago. This is the story of James Townsend, a British politician with family roots reaching from London to the African coast. His life reflects a remarkable blend of cultures and histories during a pivotal era in Britain's past. James Townsend was baptized on February 8, 1737. He was the son of Chauncey Townsend, a merchant and Member of Parliament. Chauncey held his seat for 22 years, and never gave a single speech in Parliament. But it was James' mother, Bridget Phipps, who connected him to a remarkable family history, one that linked London to the West African coast. Bridget's father, James Phipps, was just 16 when he joined the Royal African Company, a British corporation involved in the Atlantic slave trade. He was stationed at Cape Coast Castle, in modern-day Ghana. While working there, James Phipps married a woman named Catherine. A mixed-race African woman, the daughter of a local African mother and a Dutch sailor. Catherine and James Phipps had several children, including Bridget, who was sent to England as a child to live with relatives. Catherine, now a successful businesswoman, and controversially, a slave owner, chose to remain in Africa. When James Phipps died, he asked that Catherine move to England to join her daughters. She refused. And so, through his mother's side, James Townsend was of African descent, likely making him the first person with black African heritage to serve in such high office in Britain. James Townsend received a formal education and later married Henrietta Rosa Peregrina du Plessis in 1763. Henrietta was the heiress of a large estate and fortune. Together, they had 2 children. A son named Henry Hare, and a daughter, Henrietta Jemima. In 1767, James Townsend entered the House of Commons, representing the small borough of West Loo. He was a member of the Whig Party, and aligned himself with the radical reformers, including John Wilkes, a champion of civil liberties and press freedom. Townsend was also elected alderman of the City of London, representing Bishopsgate. In 1769, he became Sheriff of London, further solidifying his influence in city governance. In 1772, Townsend ran for Lord Mayor of London. A powerful civic role, mostly ceremonial, chosen by vote among city freemen and confirmed by the aldermen. His opponent? None other than John Wilkes himself. Wilkes won the popular vote. But the establishment blocked his appointment, and handed the victory to Townsend. This led to anti-Townsend riots across the city. Many saw him as a tool of the elite who had undermined the people's choice. Still, he was sworn in and served as Lord Mayor of London from 1772 to 1773. And with that, James Townsend became the first known person of African descent to hold the office of Lord Mayor. In 1782, Townsend returned to Parliament, this time via a pocket borough, a small constituency controlled by a patron. Though his influence had declined somewhat, he remained committed to Whig values, reform, civil liberties, and justice. He spent his final years at Bruce Castle, his estate in Tottenham, north of London. On July 1, 1787, James Townsend passed away at the age of 50. James Townsend's story is not widely taught. Yet his life challenges assumptions about race, politics, and inclusion in 18th-century Britain. He was politically connected and of black African descent. His family history directly intersected with slavery, empire, and colonialism. Yet he rose to some of the most respected roles in British public life. Though his ancestry was rarely discussed during his lifetime. Modern research confirms the African roots in his family tree. James Townsend may not have been a revolutionary in the traditional sense. But he was a pioneer. By serving as a Member of Parliament, as Sheriff, as Alderman, and ultimately as Lord Mayor of London, he quietly made history. Townsend's life is proof that black presence and influence in Britain's history didn't begin in the 20th century. It stretches back centuries. And his story deserves to be remembered. If you learned something new today, help more people discover this hidden history. Like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Black Print History Channel, where we uncover black stories the world forgot.